Every villain on Power Rangers has to lose, but that doesn't mean their ideas and plans don't actually mean anything. We've had some of the dumbest plans in the series, like turning the Rangers into bugs, and some really great ideas that could have ran for 6 episodes. Whether turning the Rangers into punks, having an evil clone, training the putties, I think all plans are valid, besides anything thought up from Elgar and Norg. Many thanks goes to James Beeben for this topic, and if you have an idea you'd like me to cover, leave a suggestion below.
Evil Billy clone.
This is one of those plans that gets reused over and over again. Kidnap a Ranger and replace them with an evil clone. They're usually one-off stories, but I'd really like a season to expand on this over multiple episodes. Zed transformed the golden statue of Billy into a copy. Billy is the most dangerous Ranger to copy or go evil. He knows how to cripple pretty much everything. It's one of the flaws in Zordon's security system. Yeah, you can only get in with a power coin, but anyone could steal the power morpher? Real Billy was trapped, Clone Billy stole all their morphers, it was nearly a done deal. If Real Billy didn't have that disc, they would have been boned.
Victor Adler turning into Master Org.
I thought this was a great plan on his part. I'm not justifying his actions, but you have to see how it was from his perspective. He likes this woman, she fell in love with someone else, they found out the original Master Org seeds on their search, he ate them and turned into Master Org himself, just to get his revenge. Pete did kill them, which I'm glad they didn't try to redeem him, you can't go back from that. And once he came back, he finally turned into the full Master Org. I didn't really understand why the other Orgs didn't want him. He was human, he's now Org. He didn't lie or anything. Yeah, he had a fake horn, who cares? If you had so much of a problem with the new Master Org, why were you okay with Zanaku? He was using a human host, just like Master Org. Ultimately, Victor Adler got the closest in killing off the Wild Force Rangers, over 3 other leaders, along with 2 born Orgs turning good.
Shimazu's Wolfblades.
You know, for a monster that was created from a dumb History Museum statue, he basically made fool out of Lothor's generals. He could summon these 3 werewolf monsters, bring back dead monsters with him, and split up the Ninja Storm teams. This is what I want to see from villains. Why don't they ever think of sending multiple monsters at the Rangers? It makes no sense. Some seasons are worse than others with this logic. Dino Charge in their cages full of monsters is one, with a few seasons trying to get a limitation why they can't do something like Lothor's Pam, not able to handle more than 1 monster. These episodes show how powerful teamwork is. The Rangers show that all the time. In return from this good plan, everyone had to step up their game.
Tyzon's fake fiancé.
This was a juicy one. The Fear Cats hate Tyzon with a passion because one of their brothers was killed by him. So how do you get him out of the way? Come up with a plan, but not just any plan. Who does he really care about? The love of his life. So they trap him in this giant illusion. It bought them time for their plan. They get to screw with Tyzon. He can get trapped in there forever. And even if he doesn't, them telling him it was all fake was still sweet revenge on him. It's one of those plans that shows PR can get a personal grudge on the nose.
Venjix Morphing Grid Deletion.
The ultimate FU to any Ranger, and an insult to Dr. K on top of that. There's been seasons that cut the Rangers' power off from the grid, either by self-sacrifice of their powers or their morphers badly damaged, but nothing like this. The RPM Rangers could easily morph and stop Venjix at the cost of getting converted into energy, something that we always took for granted. Every time someone morphs, their clothing and bodies are modified to jump into action on the fly. It's a godsend, but if someone takes control of that, that's it. You're basically screwed. The morphing grid is the ultimate power on the planet. It controls everything a Ranger does, and thanks to Justin, it can physically alter a person. I'd argue it's the best plan ever, but since it's borderline on impossible to actually execute, it's not reliable. It was an ingenious plan, not only for Venjix, but also Dr. K. She knew Gem and Gemma weren't killed. The morphing grid never gets rid of any powers. The teams just lose their connections to these powers. There's 3 different versions of MMPR suit powers in the grid till this day. It just takes something magical, a bypass, or a new energy source to reconnect these lost powers.
Diabolico using Titanium Ranger.
From a villain's point of view, this was an amazing plan. Demons that were imprisoned by humans, they would want to get revenge any which way they could. What better way to use a human against them? Why take the mess on yourself if you can use someone else? It fulfills that superiority complex, ha ha ha, I broke him, he's now my slave. While you could argue Ryan did care for Diabolico, he certainly didn't care about Ryan. Then to have Ryan break into the Aqua base and steal the Titanium Morpher, it kind of implies that Diabolico had a huge plan off to the side. Think about it. He took Mitchell's son, knew about the Titanium Morpher. It's possible he knew the future and took actions. He may have also saw that Ryan would turn. That's why he had a lot of ideas and contingency plan thought out. He probably still hoped he would be able to control him. His plan nearly worked. If it weren't for Ryan's family convincing him at the last moment, they would have gotten rid of Lightspeed.
Lothor's pit.
When you think about the way the season happened, everything was caused by Cam. The Samurai Amulet was lost because Cam took it to the future. Lothor knew a little of what was going to happen thanks to Cam going back in time, so he could have easily planned all this in advance. By Cam going back in time, Lothor, to a degree, knew he lost some battles. He would have come up with a backup plan, which comes in the form of the pit. As each monster was killed, their spirit was sent there, all the evil energy stored away, and to release this energy, just steal the Samurai Amulet later. This gives a reason why Lothor didn't mind losing, nor why he didn't go after Cam in the beginning. Now, roughly 50 monsters get revived to kill off the Thunder and Wind teams at the same time, pissing off Cam, making him unable to morph and helping out Lothor as his puppet.
Prince Gasket's Brainwash.
This was nearly a flawless plan, if the Zeo Rangers didn't convince Tommy. Tommy was taken by force while he was just taking a break alone. It can't be with the team 24/7, overpowered, and then brainwashed to the point of thinking the other Rangers were bad. This is the type of evil tactic villains should do. You want to kill your enemies? Convert one to do it. You give pain to the heroes, they all kill each other, you show your superiority, it's a win-win situation. That's why it's done a lot in Power Rangers. I can count how many times Superman, Supergirl, Spider-Man, Hulk, all these heroes were brainwashed and used as weapons against Earth. I find those stories more impactful. You have to deal with people hating you if you survive.
Kidnapping Family.
This is the sole reason why Zordon has the rule of sacred identities. For the past year, Rita has been screwed by the Rangers, and now their parents are all coming together in one place. It's her best chance to hurt the Rangers emotionally. Let me switch to plot hole police for a second. Yes, Rita could have captured the Rangers' parents at any time. She does know who they are. But let's be realistic here. If you complain about this episode, Rita could have easily captured a bunch of random people, a bus full of kids, Bulk and Skull, or threatened to blow up a nuclear plant. The Rangers would give up their powers for anyone. You have to forgo this issue. It's a good plan on how she does it, though. She's taking all their parents, brainwashing them into zombies, and sticking them in the Dark Dimension. The only way to get them back is to hand over their power coins, which in return, she doesn't do anyway. It's a trap that works no matter what. There is no reason for the Rangers to listen to Rita. You'd never trust her word, even if she did. She got your coins. What are you gonna do about it? You saved your parents. Cool. Now they can all die with the city.
Dark Wish.
The bad guys actually won. When Imperius did his wish, he could have killed off the Rangers, but he decided to torment them instead, basically putting the world in a state where the Rangers didn't meet Udana in the pilot. No heroes, no one to defend the planet after Korag stole her snow staff, no one to rescue Daggeron. Evil just breaks out from the doors. It was the fault of the Rangers getting tired, which was set up in earlier episodes. They loved taking the easy way out. Then the Tribunal of Magic basically said, "The wish is valid, you guys screwed up." They had to convince them to reverse the wish. It's the best moment in Mystic Force. Again, this is a plot hole police problem, but it's still a good hour-long story. Most of the plans that the enemies come up are objectively good. If they weren't, the Rangers would have ended their fights in a few days. A lot of these ideas could work great as season-long elements. There just has to be a good balance, or you run into the problems like Heckle and Dino Charge. Basically, the villains need to psychologically hurt the Rangers for maximum effect. There's way too many villain plans out there. What are your favorites? Do you like the more subtle ones, like finding an old friend that turned bad, or the monster that turns good but gets taken control of? New episodes every Monday, and next time I'll be discussing my 10 hated filler episodes.